What is going on, guys? This is Skyhound, also known as Geek Archivist Xavier Pierce. And I felt like having a little bit of fun today doing a quick reaction and mini analysis on this little commercial, which is advertising the upcoming musical live stream for Honkai Star Rail. Now, if you guys have been following through Hoyoverse and their YouTube channel, you know that this is going to be coming up tomorrow. And I just felt like looking over this brief commercial. It's only a minute 43 seconds. And before I get started, I do want to point out that I did tune into a little late that jazz special that they had with Sparkle and Gallagher. And what I really found a lot of fun is with that one, you get some references to, you know, certain things from pop culture. Like if you know it, you know it. One obvious example is the remix for the theme that was used for Penacony. We get a reference from the classic movie The Shining. Now, I will be frank here. I'm not much into horror, but if you guys are going to be saying, wait, has he? I'll say it right now. No, I have not watched The Shining. I have only seen clips of it. I know it is a classic, and I know there are fans of it, but I haven't watched it. However, again, that remix for the um, song for Penacony, that was referencing The Shining. And then the theme for Sparkle, if you've watched it, you'll notice that it is in reference to The Matrix. If you haven't watched it, I really highly suggest you watch that movie. I'm just saying. Now, after that bit, I do like towards the end of that jazz special a nice little touch of Frank Sinatra's, Fly Me to the Moon. Now, for those of you guys who are into music and play instruments, I respect you guys. Myself, I'm just more of one that consumes listening to music and all of that. I will say that I really enjoyed watching that whole special. And on top of that, I know that some of these classics have also been used in anime. Now, one in particular, I'll just say it right now, Neon Genesis Evangelion. I know they have used a few classic songs that most of us know, that likely our family knows, and some other people that that recognize these classic songs because they've been there, done that, and we ourselves have likely heard it before. Not sure if I would say the same for the Zoomers, Gen Z, but I know Gen X and Gen Y, aka millennials like myself, have listened to this music before. And we've been there. We've done that. I'm just saying. But enough of this little retrospect right here. I'm just going to be playing this quick little animated commercial, give my general thoughts, and maybe give a few quick analysis here and there. So, with that being said, here we go. Oh, nice. I know for all you Kafka moms, out there, there's Jinglu and Stelly. Oh, snap. Oh, they're scaleless. And of course, you fans of this little fella here. Oh, oh, that's gonna hurt. And there's Robin. Holy snap, that's a lot of clocky merch. Oh, they did a really good job on this. Okay, that was pretty brief, but as you can see, that the live stream commences tomorrow around 9:05. I will state that earlier, before I even started this, I blanked out for a little bit when I was trying to recall that remix with the reference to The Shining. It was White Knight. I know most of us have probably watched that one so many times, and there are likely some people who have already done analysis in terms of the Penacony story arc so far. And I will say this, as a fellow trailblazer myself, I am loving it. I'm just saying. Now, I know for you adventuring fans, when you were if you guys were watching this, I know he's a really great character, and the story arc for him was really well written. I'll give them that. Props to Hoyoverse for that. I will also mention that those little cat fellas, oh my gosh, so freaking cute. Like, I'm not joking. I know they did some designs for certain ones, but anyway, I'm gonna do this one now without the audio and just get to some little bits here. So at the start, we obviously see Kafka over at this little this fancy shop, if you will, for you know really nice clothes. And there's one part here that is like pretty obvious that I recall seeing this on Twitter a while ago. Fans were pointing out that Stelly is actually into the older women to an extent. And I can sort of see how. I mean, obviously, one, that dress for you Kafka fans, I won't lie, she's really good looking in that. And if you manage to pull for her, great. I just, I just wasn't as interested as much. She's a really great character, don't get me wrong. So there's one part here that really got me grinning, and we see on the smartphone, she posts that. And if you notice right here, that little avatar, I already knew as I was watching this unfold, as brief as it was, I knew it was Stelly. And you're probably wondering, how can you figure it out that fast? You think I'm the only trailblazer that would have noticed this already? I mean, the avatar and the design is one thing. And then, give me a second. You see this response. And then I'll just play it a little bit without the sound. So you can tell Stelly actually likes the design, number one, from that reaction. And then this. All of those other examples. And Kafka's like, I might take it into consideration. Then, of course, we get to the next bit, which got me cracking up a little. Stelly actually, dropping in some currency, Jinglu playing, and she's like, "What did you just do?" And she's like, "Oh crap!" There's the trash can, and obviously Kalis is there. Argenti being the flashy, good-looking guy as he is, and of course, Yo, um, adventuring stance. There's those little cat fellas. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Now, before I go any further, I do recall seeing on Twitter people complaining about Robin. Well, I kind of already figured this out to an extent, and I'm not the only Trailblazer that has. But, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who's seen it, that particular tweet. But anyway, obviously, Kalis is there, and then obviously that room full of clocky merch, and I'm like, that's a lot. But I figured though this kind of thing is for handing those out who actually attends, the concert and the like. And obviously she is wearing a disguise, and frankly, I'll say it right now, the way how she almost tries to pull off being tomboyish in a second. I mean, yeah, she removes it and all, just hiding off that part. But in my opinion, I think that she can definitely pull off that tomboy look. And, she's obviously straight from my observation. Kayla's obviously, you know, is good friends with her. And the thing with, both Trailblazers, Kalis and Stelly, they each have their own preferences. That pretty much is, clear from this commercial. Now, if you still disagree and, are just going to act like an immature kidult, an adult with a child mentality, then screw you. I frankly don't care about your feelings because you're not the only one playing this game. But anyway, I will say this. Let me just get towards near the end here. I really have to say kudos to the artists at Hoyoverse for doing these various designs for these beloved characters. Now, as much as I would like for there to be, you know, skins for those, like for those of you guys who play Azur Lane, like myself, I don't know if they would do it, but it would be nice if they did. But in that same vein, I know in the back of my head, some of you guys who are cosplayers, you know what I'm about to say next. I know some of you guys are probably thinking to yourself, I think I can pull this off. And I'm sure you can. I've seen some really good cosplays on, the social app for Hoyoverse. There's some really good cosplayers, and I've followed some. Do I think that some designs are better than others? Yes. Do I think some cosplayers, kind of like take things a little too seriously on some things like this? Yes. And they also make, other cosplayers look bad. But you know what? Whatever floats your boat. I mean, there are those of us who understand, you know, fan groups and the like better than others, myself being one. But if you're going to be a total jerk and then whine about it the next moment, don't think that I'll actually not notice it, document it, and then mock the living hell out of it the next moment. Because I'm not the only one doing this. You think you're the only gamers around? Guess again. But anyway, for those of you who are definitely looking forward to this upcoming live stream, I'm hoping you guys, have a blast watching it. I know I'm going to have a great time watching it. I really love these designs. I'm hoping to try and pull for Robin as much as I want to get Topaz, but, the way how they're doing this story right now for the upcoming 2.2, I'm really looking forward to it. And obviously, we know that the next one, we're gonna get Sam and Firefly, aka Hotaru in Japanese, because I am playing this with the Japanese voice acting, despite having it done in English for the text. But frankly, some of these trailers are really good, and the voice actors for some of these characters, I mean, if you play it and listen to it on other languages, I will say this, that some do better than others. And I have a pretty decently trained ear on certain things. For example, when it comes to watching that Sparkle trailer, and I gotta say kudos to the composers when they were doing that theme for her. It's really good and haunting at the same time. I really enjoyed that one. Now, when I was listening to the different languages and how it sounds for that character Sparkle, I'm like, wow, these ones are good. I'm not joking. There's some really good ones in, whether it's in Chinese, Korean, whoever's doing those ones. I mean, I've been listening to some myself. There's some really good ones. That's no lie. There's some really good voice actors. Whoever you guys are doing these characters, good job on you. Kudos. But with that being said, this is just my general thoughts and giving a brief analysis in terms of some of the videos I've watched on Hoyoverse. Again, congrats on your first year anniversary. And I'm really looking forward to this upcoming live stream. And I'll see you, fellow trailblazers, in Pentaconey.